Walk into a modern city grocery store and you might pick up a bag of lettuce labeled "harvested this morning." It's crisp, green, vibrant, and it didn't come from a rural farm hundreds of miles away. Instead, it was grown just down the street, inside a controlled indoor environment using a technique called hydroponics. This high-tech method of agriculture is rapidly transforming how we grow, deliver, and consume fresh produce, especially leafy greens like lettuce. Hydroponics is a soil-free farming method that uses water enriched with nutrients to grow plants. By eliminating the need for soil and utilizing vertical space and artificial lighting, hydroponic farming allows for greater control, faster growth, and hyper-local distribution. This means lettuce can now go from seed to harvest in less than 30 days and be delivered straight to urban consumers in just hours. The result? Fresher food, less waste, and a system that's both efficient and sustainable. But how exactly does this system work? What happens inside these glowing vertical farms that promise to revolutionize agriculture? Let's trace the full journey from a single seed to the moment it lands in your salad bowl. The process starts with a single lettuce seed, often a specific variety optimized for hydroponic systems. Popular choices include romaine, butterhead, bib, and oak leaf. These seeds are chosen not just for taste and texture, but also for their ability to thrive in soilless environments and respond well to controlled lighting. Rather than planting in dirt, these seeds are placed in a sterile, inert growing medium like rock wool, coconut coir, peat moss, or perlite. These substrates offer support for the root system without contributing nutrients, which allows for precise control of what the plant consumes. Once planted, the seeds are transferred to a germination chamber or tray system equipped with specialized LED lighting. These lights are finely tuned to emit specific wavelengths, mainly in the red and blue spectrum, that trigger biological processes essential for seedling growth. Temperature and humidity are also strictly regulated during this stage to encourage fast germination, typically within 48 to 72 hours. By the end of the first week, the seedlings begin to develop small roots and their first true leaves. It's a delicate time, but also one of the most crucial in determining how strong and healthy the plant will eventually become. Once the young seedlings have emerged, they are moved to a nursery system. This transition is where they start receiving their first full nutrient feed, a carefully balanced cocktail of minerals including nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace elements like iron and zinc. The nutrient solution is delivered through water, which continuously circulates beneath or around the roots depending on the system design. Constant monitoring is critical. The pH level of the solution must be kept within a narrow range, typically between 5.5 and 6.5, to ensure optimal nutrient absorption. Electrical conductivity, EC, is also checked to measure the concentration of minerals in the solution. These measurements are tracked by sensors and controlled through automated systems to avoid human error. At this stage, fans may be used to simulate wind, which strengthens the plant's stems and encourages more robust development. CO2 levels are sometimes enhanced artificially to accelerate photosynthesis. All of these efforts ensure that the lettuce grows faster, stronger, and more uniformly than it would in the open field. After about a week in the nursery, the seedlings are ready for their final home, the main grow zone. The mature seedlings are transplanted into a hydroponic grow system. These systems vary, but the most common methods for growing lettuce include nutrient film technique, NFT, deep water culture, DWC, and aeroponics. In the NFT system, plants are placed in sloped channels where a thin film of nutrient solution continuously flows across the roots. In DWC, the roots hang into a large reservoir of oxygenated water. Aeroponics, the most high-tech of the bunch, sprays nutrient mist directly onto the roots suspended in air. Each method is incredibly efficient with water and space usage, using up to 90% less water than traditional farming. This entire grow zone is arranged vertically, with trays stacked in tall racks to maximize space. These racks can extend from floor to ceiling, often reaching up to 30 feet high in warehouses. In some futuristic facilities, robotic arms and elevators manage the movement of trays between different levels. The lighting is provided by long arrays of LED strips running above and between the layers. These lights remain on for 16 to 18 hours per day to simulate long daylight hours and encourage photosynthesis. The temperature is held steady around 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, 64 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and humidity is kept between 50% and 70% to prevent mold and mildew while promoting rapid growth. Lettuce grows remarkably fast in these ideal conditions. In just 15 to 20 days, tiny seedlings transform into lush, full heads of lettuce. Unlike outdoor farms that are subject to weather delays or pest attacks, these climate-controlled farms maintain a perfect growth environment 24/7. When the lettuce reaches full size, the harvesting process begins. Instead of dirt-covered crops needing rinsing and sorting, hydroponic lettuce is typically clean and pesticide-free straight out of the channel. Workers often in sanitized gear remove the heads of lettuce gently, trimming off any discolored leaves but keeping the roots intact in many cases. Because there's no soil involved, there's little to no cleaning required. This drastically cuts down processing time and preserves the crisp texture of the leaves. It also reduces bacterial contamination risks that often plague soil-grown greens. In some ultra-modern facilities, robotic arms are now handling the harvest with incredible precision, scanning and selecting only fully matured heads, trimming roots, and preparing them for packaging. These automated systems are especially useful in high-throughput operations where thousands of heads are harvested daily. Once packed often in recyclable or biodegradable containers, the lettuce is ready for immediate distribution. One of the most revolutionary aspects of hydroponic lettuce farming is how it disrupts the traditional agricultural supply chain. Rather than trucking in produce from rural farms hundreds of kilometers away, these urban farms are strategically located inside or near major cities. Some are built in old warehouses, others on rooftops, and some even in retrofitted shipping containers. Because the produce is grown so close to consumers, it can be harvested in the morning and delivered to grocery stores, restaurants, or homes by afternoon. This drastically shortens the time between harvest and consumption, meaning customers get lettuce that is fresher, crunchier, and more nutritious. Additionally, since the greens are fresher and haven't spent days in transit, there's significantly less spoilage and waste. Restaurants love the consistency in quality and supply, while consumers are increasingly drawn to the locally grown label. In some cases, hydroponic farms operate on a subscription-based model, delivering fresh greens weekly to consumers' doorsteps. This model is growing especially popular in cities where access to fresh produce is limited. The sustainability benefits of hydroponic lettuce farming are far-reaching. First and foremost is water conservation. Traditional agriculture wastes immense amounts of water through runoff and evaporation. Hydroponics recycles water in a closed-loop system, using up to 95% less water per crop cycle. Additionally, there's no need for chemical pesticides or herbicides, making the entire process cleaner and safer for both humans and the environment. Since these farms are indoors, there's no risk of soil erosion, and land usage is minimal. A single vertical farm can produce as much lettuce as a traditional outdoor farm using 1/100th the space. Because food is grown closer to where it's consumed, carbon emissions from transportation are drastically reduced. And since the growing season never ends, these farms produce year-round without pause, ensuring consistent supply even during droughts, floods, or global disruptions. Moreover, urban farming contributes to local job creation and revitalizes underused industrial spaces in cities. What we're seeing today is just the beginning. The next wave of hydroponic innovation is already in motion. Artificial intelligence is being deployed to analyze plant health in real time, adjusting light intensity, nutrient flow, and humidity based on each crop's unique needs. Machine learning systems can now predict yield outcomes, optimize harvest schedules, and even suggest changes in nutrient recipes to improve flavor and shelf life. Blockchain is also entering the picture, with some farms using digital tracking systems to record every stage of the lettuce's journey from seed to shelf. This adds a layer of transparency and safety that's appealing to consumers and regulators alike. In the near future, expect to see grocery stores with on-site hydroponic grow towers. Imagine walking into a store and picking lettuce that's still growing behind a glass wall, harvested right in front of you. Some companies are also developing smart kitchens, where countertop hydroponic units grow herbs and greens at home, connected to apps that monitor growth and tell you when to harvest. From densely populated cities to food deserts and remote regions with limited farmland, hydroponics is poised to become the standard for fresh, leafy greens. It's not just a trend, it's a revolution. Hydroponic farming isn't just about lettuce. It's about reshaping our entire food system, making it faster, cleaner, and closer to home. If this peek into the future of farming fascinated you, don't stop here. Subscribe to this channel for more in-depth stories on how our food is evolving behind the scenes. Hit the like button if you believe the future of farming belongs in the heart of our cities. And drop a comment below if you would trust a salad grown in a skyscraper over one from a traditional farm. The answer may change what's on your plate tomorrow.